please help me welcome your next speaker, Shean, Yusu, Shaping the Future. Shaping the Future, Shean, Yusu.
Honorable judges, guests, and everyone that cares about the future. The best way to shape our future is by shaping the minds of our youth. After all, the youth is our future, right? But instead of shaping the mind, there's one evil that's messing with it. And I am going to be very unpopular by attacking video games. Sure, it can be really fun and entertaining and competitive, but so is cockfighting. And that doesn't mean it is good. Video games are extremely addictive, and like every big addiction, it is ruining lives, ruining our future. When you're happy or doing something you like, your brain releases a chemical called dopamine. It's a happy hormone. Dopamine has the same effect on your dog when you give it a little treat. It wants more and more. Video games do the same. It gives you one treat after another. And the more treat you get, the more hooked you get. Even if your brain is telling you, Shean, stop playing that game. You've been playing for too long. The same way your mom is telling you, Shean, stop. Your noodles are getting cold. But you're so hooked that you ignored all the warnings and your lunch. And now, you're not just hooked, you're cooked. 3 years ago, I got hooked on a video game called Monster Legends. I quickly got addicted to it, spending almost 4 hours a day on that game. And that monster made me feel like I was a legend in my own mind. My grades started to fall. I distanced myself away from my friends, my family, even my mother. And she always say, Shean, stop playing that game. It is consuming you. It is frying your brain. No, Mom, it's not. So please mind your own business. I've never been that rude to my mom before. 1 year ago, I had a big math test. And when I saw the questions, I didn't have any answers, only more questions. How can I do this problem? What am I gonna do? Can I run away? I scratched my head, hoping that it would wake my brain up. But suddenly, I realized my mom was right. My brain, it's fried. When the result came, it was terrible. I was devastated. And for a split second, I even thought it was my mom's fault. You see what that monster had done to me? I have to slay it, or else my entire future could be ruined. That evening, when I went home, I went straight to my computer, click on Monster Legend, and press delete. It felt so good that I even deleted from my backup data. And then I went into the kitchen and gave my mom a big hug. And I said, sorry, Mom. And she hugged back and said, Shean, it's okay. But your mind is a precious thing. Keep it safe. It took some time to get that monster out of my head. And since you're wondering, I still play video games, but only for a short amount of time. And video games doesn't own me anymore. I own them. Imagine how much memory and grief you will save if you would slay your video games. You, me, and the youth of our world can use that time more effectively to study harder, to stay focused, to communicate with others, and to grow up to solve the world's biggest problems: global warming, plastic pollution, and so many more. Our future, it's far too important. And let's shape our minds to be sure to shape our future.